Ein herzliches Willkommen und hallo zu weiteren Let's Play Fake Grand Order. Ich bin es immer fix. Wir sind im Schokoladen-Imperium von Edinburgh. Hatten beim letzten Mal ein, zwei nette Szenen. Oberon ist zum Beispiel angerückt hier. Hatten wir ein interessantes Gespräch. Wir sind durch die Stadt gelaufen. Hier Edinburgh, haben etwas über die Vorgänger-Queen-Map erfahren. Und leider wird es jetzt wieder sehr schlecht, weil wir haben etwas auch beim letzten Mal bei Map erfahren. Jetzt geht es darum, das Schicksal von London und von hier Fair Britain zu retten, indem wir einen Schokoladen machen. Es ist so grausig, liebe Leute. Bitte skip mir es einfach. Wir können wieder zu Oberon zurück. Khan bedeutet für mich auf jeden Fall Bad Seth. Good day, distinguished guest, and thank you for coming. Du siehst so richtig 5 Rare Prismos. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. The Valentine Map Match to determine of which of the two fairs is better, more dignified, and just overall better than the other. Ein Schwachsinn. Das ist quite what I expected. Wo ist die Schokolade? In the one question, we have Lane Knocknoria, leader of the Northern Fairies and daughter of the last queen. Boo! Damn, is that our chocolate she's carrying around behind her? There's enough to make a chocolate Artinex. In the Star Kitchen, we have Lady Atori, the child of prophecy, who has made even King Morgan sit up and take notice. Yeah! Atori, zerstör die Tante! Is that the stuff she's cutting behind her real chocolate? Even my shield looks more appetizing. Above contestant ready? You know you have 1 hour to complete our finishing touches here in the cathedral. Remember, chocolate is toxic. Be sure to go out with a fierce finish. Oh mein Gott, oh nein. Oh, ich dachte, ich muss jetzt einen Kampf mit dem machen. Go on, Star Kitchen, you can do this. Must you? Please direct your attention to Lane Knocknoria. Nein, ganz sicher nicht. Ne. Ach komm, Leute, es ist echt so. Tut mir leid, es ist so dumm. Es ist so mega dumm, Mann. We can't even see it from the ground floor. Don't you have any screens around here? Oh, Leute, tut mir echt leid. Es ist echt zu dumm, Mann. Es ist echt zu dumm, Mann. Es ist echt so ein Schwachsinn, Mann. Wenn wir Atori wieder sind, dann geht es halt weiter, Mann. Atori looks good enough to eat. You're really great at this match. Okay, now to add on a pitch of my secret ingredient. Yeah, an idiot. I do beg your pardon. Please continue to enjoy this unique form of chocolate making. So, we should just run for it now, right? I can't believe I'm saying it either, but we still don't know how this is gonna go. Valentine chocolate's more about feeling and flavor, right? So there's still a chance you could pull ahead. Flavor's pretty important too, though. Time's up! Alright, contestants. Let's see what you've got. First up, Knocknoria up in the moon kitchen. Magnificent, truly magnificent. The sheer history and technical skill on the display side to behold. Boah, Leute, Mann, das ist so dumm, Mann. Wir wollen die Welt retten. Ich sage ja, Leute, bei dem Filzauber, Mesh, zerstör sie alle, Mann. The chocolate Edinburgh castle with a special 19-layer coating perfectly captures the dignity of a queen. If ever there was a chocolate to take its recipient breath away, that is. Though I think actually receiving this could be a bit too much. It's more than one. That's all true, of course. But there's no need to be that effusive with the praise. I couldn't have done it without my careful assistant. I can drum. Thank you, Lady Knocknoria. Now it's time to see what Lady Atori's made in the Star Kitchen. I can't imagine I made such a bold choice for your chocolate, but let's see it anyway. Oh. Phew, it looks like a normal heart shape. It looks good, but I don't know if it's enough to beat the castle. Nee, it's a heart shape. Das gewinnt. No, it can't be. What the? You? What's the meaning of this? Oh. Huh? What's this reaction? I understand how you feel, everyone. I'm right there with you myself. But as you see and as a judge, it falls to me to be first to say this, so it will I. What an incredible shape! It's smooth, plump, and seems to be more practical, pulsing with warmth. No, that's what I call a Valentine. We are all witness to the birth of our new chocolate design. Ah, sie hatten ja noch keine Valentin-Schokolade. Jetzt, wenn jetzt der Satz kommt, wir wissen nicht, wie Herzen aussieht, dann frage ich mich, was aus Map die ganze Zeit rauskam. Hä? Wow! What power? What strength? I can feel my body boiling with excitement just looking at it. I simply have to ask you, Lady Artura, how did you come up with this design? Why did you abandon that lovely cake of your assistant made in favor of this? That shape is the Northern Fairy most ventured symbol. It means prove thyself the strongest. What made you think of use it for your chocolate? Are you some kind of genius? Oh no, definitely not. Mesh just taught me how to make it, that's all. She said it also represents the heart even though it looks nothing like a real one. And since it's so simple to make, it's easy to put your own heart and soul into it. Gemesh! Gemap! Vernichten geschlagen! Easy to put your heart and soul into it. What a beautiful expression. I can't believe our furries forget about the single most important thing that goes into chocolate. That's all. It's alright. It doesn't matter how expensive your ingredients are or how fancy the brand is. What really matters is the feeling you put in it. So ich wusste genau, dass das kommt. Ich hab's euch prophezeit, Mann, dass es so dumm wird. While not real chocolate is undoubtedly more beautiful than look at, it surely is more delicious. There's no question that Lady Artura's chocolate is the clear winner when it comes to sheer passion. As of this moment, I have nothing but the highest respect for her. And so, we have our winner, Lady Artura and the Star Kitchen. Matt zerstört, Mann! Und als erstes auf die Planke. Und am besten nimmst du einen Karl und nimmst du auch gleich mit, Mann. Huh, that's Artura, you finally found your own fort. Taking credit as her mentor despite being completely uninvolved. Well, I'll be damned, I had no idea. Yeah, done aced like that up your sleeve. Would you consider selling me that right turf, dear dear? You did it, Artura. It's all thanks to you, Mesh. This makes the 212 practices chocolates me weight the worth. Wait a second. The fairies not know how a heart shape is? Sure looks that way. Either that or they too just don't associate the symbol of heart and soul. I mean, just look at Nocnorio's magic energy aura. Alright, she can't see it herself, can she? This doesn't make any sense. Nikasha should have won no matter how you slice it. How did they make it into some kind of feel-good story? No, let's just call this a one-of-a-kind Flug-Victory. Leute, hat das so gut zusammengefasst. Es ist einfach schwachsinnig, aber okay. Besides, knowing the cream, I'm sure it'll just be a matter of time until she incorporates heart shape into their next beautiful... Okay. Huh? Huh? Hi, Tora. How come a chocolate look like it's pounding? Did you do something to it? Or is it ein echtes Herz, oder? Just to be sure. It's not about to explode, is it? Of course not. Not even Artura would mistake gunpowder for Nope. I definitely didn't. Trust me. I tasted every ingredient and only put the yummy ones. All of them. All of them? What exactly do you mean by all of them? I mean, all the different ingredients of course. You guys had so many good ones for us to use that it would have been a waste not to use them, right? Das fand ich schon wieder gut, liebe Leute. Okay, Artura schafft es doch, diesen dummen Abschnitt zu machen. It's true, I saw it myself when Mesh was cleaning up the mixing bowls. Lady Artura used some shifty techniques to squeeze all the ingredients into the chocolate. That gave the chocolate a massive amount of magic energy, fusing its ingredients and creating new life forms. Und Khan ist tot. And now, as you can see, it's created a calamity that threatens the entire world. Urk. Immerhin etwas, Leute. Ich liebe diese Schokolade. Ja! The Child Prophecy made the Super Weapon. Run for your lives! Ey, ein Traum, liebe Leute. Okay, Leute, sehr gutes Ende. Huh. It's cementing my cathedral and turning my fairies into chocolate. What in the world were you thinking? You can't just mix in anything and everything. Let me guess. You're the kind of fairy who thinks anything that takes 10 minutes at low heat and cook also can be cooked in 2 minutes at high heat, aren't you? Das ist meine Lady. Leute. Artura ist mir immer sympathischer. Master, we need to fight to preserve Artura's honor. I mean, to cover up the evidence. Some hearts just can't be saved. Nice turn of phrase there, Mass. Please, don't beat it up too badly. I promise, it should be really yummy. Okay, Leute, das ist für diesen ganzen Scheiß, den wir mit dieser dummen Vision hatten, hat es fast wieder gut gemacht. Also es war wirklich echt schwachsinnig, muss man natürlich sagen. Aber Wie gesagt, dafür, dass wir jetzt hier am Ende, dass wir jetzt hier am Ende den Abschnitt hier mit, Castor Super Schokolade haben. Das war auf jeden Fall wieder gut. Aber es ist halt, ey, Leute, wisst ihr, was so schlimm an diesem Abschnitt? Er ist einfach viel zu lang. Ich meine, wir machen das in 3 Parts oder so. Das hätte viel kürzer, viel entspannter sein können. Einfach so zack, Battle und dann halt am Ende das und nicht halt über 3 Tage hinweggezogen. Aber nun gut. In der Kürze liegt die Würze. So. Immer kommt hier die wunderschöne Musik aus Says Events. Das ist doch eine gute Sache. Was natürlich nicht so gut ist, dass ich keine einzige Yang Fake-Karte gezogen habe. Aber ich habe auch nicht damit gerechnet. Die Musik ist großartig. So. Und jetzt wird das mal hier geburnt. Wir haben jetzt... ist dumm. Ja, bin ich gespannt, ob es überhaupt langt. Oh doch, gut. Wir haben ja Doppelkassol. Nee, weil sie hat die Hand hat noch nicht geburnt. Hätte die Hand gebrannt, dann hätten wir es natürlich vernichtet. So. Was macht sie mit uns? Hat sie mir einen Attack-Up gerade gegönnt? Ich glaube es, oder? Das ist echt eine großartige Musik. So. More damage. More damage. So, und jetzt kommt erstmal Hau, meine werten Freunde. Du wirst hier gescheit geburnt. Oh Leute, komm mit der Schokolade. Da bleibt nichts mehr übrig. Eine geschmolzene Tasse, geschmolzene Schokolade. Das ist zwar noch teuer. Seid nicht so grob zu meiner Schokolade. Sie ist auch ganz artig und sie schmeckt auch. Das war echt gut, Mann. Und selbst die Belohnungen sind hier doof, Mann. XP-Karten, Dankeschön. Nach Lotto während Handing-Quest. Ein Traum. Aber man... Nein. Not even you can take a hit from Instant Death Shots. Instant Death See. Huh? Ja! Knock nur yep. Oh. Schade, liebe Leute. Also wir haben Kahnemann aus dem Weg geschafft. Dafür einen Daumen nach oben nochmal hier an die Super Schokolade. Und was ist jetzt? 5 years ago in Gloucester. An incident took place several days after my humiliating experience at the fair. Why, your king and fairy knocked me up. I've never seen one of you before. Well, that's no surprise. I don't have any subjects in the south yet. But, just you wait. One day all of the southern major city will be the home to the Klinken fairies. That's what the northern fairies all want, and it's the destiny I inherited from my previous queen. So you're carrying on the last queen's purpose, huh? But you're the only Kinkland fairy around Knocknoriep. So, even if you do get the northern fairies to move here, that doesn't mean there'll be more Kinkland fairies. Sure there will. Any fairy and I share my blood with becomes part of the Kinkan. Is that sort of mid-set thing? Like the difference between being a bully and a victim? Wow. You're just at the worst at analogist. Aren't you? Queen Bee and drones were right there. Or even a king and her vassals. Anyway, there's always only been one King Clan fairy ever since the King Clan began. Map was born from the corpses of the many northern fairies who were killed in the War of Springs. Sure, their bodies became part of Britain itself when they died, but they also refused to be reborn to the next generation. Well, it was more like since they are no longer, they would have been born. They would have just died and been born again right away. So, rather than subjecting themselves to the cycle like that, they decided to pour all of themselves into a single king. Their king was Map, the Great Fairy. She was a kind of alike in the Northern Fairies version of Queen Morgan. Map was all of the Northern Fairies combined into a single fairy. Her rules focused on control and prosperity. That allowed her to share power with anyone who sworn loyalty to her. So she did just that with her fairies who sought out and created a place for them all to live in the Western Island. Of course, creating a whole island took a lot out of her, so she was pretty weak by the time it was done. It just goes to show you never know what life is in store. If Mip hadn't grown weak, she would have never have taken on the bodyguard who eventually became a spouse. A spouse? And let me tell you, they could barely keep their hands out of each other. It was like a never-ending spring. And that's why you should always avoid spring. Stick to autumn and winter. At any rate, anyone who swears loyalty to the King clan gets a share in their power. That means any fairy who is given some of my blood becomes part of the King clan for as long as they remain loyal. As the queen bee, I have my drones show her their loyalty by performing labor, and the drones in turn get my power for themselves. So the more northern fairies I bring together under my command, the more the King clan grows in number. I see. So when you share your power, does the power eventually come back to you? No, it doesn't. That's the one big downside to the system. I don't lend them my power, I give it to them. So, the more King clan fairies I make, the weaker I become. But obviously, that wouldn't be sustainable, right? So of course Map thought of a solution. She expanded her Fae domain to encompass all of Britain and made a new rule to go with it. As long as her subjects remain part of the King clan, the clan combined power shall be her power as well. So even though she was pretty poor after doling out money to other subjects, she hadn't actually lost anything, since the whole kingdom belonged to her. She chose to empower her nation rather than herself. I think she was really on something. A nation can't grow by the hand of one person alone, on one set of values. You need many working together to make it as rich and beautiful as it can be. Gloucester here might be a little twisted, but it's still a prime example of what I'm talking about. That's why my duty is to claim Camelot's throne for myself and unify all of Britain. It would have been a lot easier if Morgan had named me a successor, but instead she said Tristan, right? So as long as that walkabout around there, what choice do I have but to take it by force? I couldn't believe my ears. She talked about seizing Camelot throne with the same nonchalance as someone talking about going out for a walk. As far as I'm concerned, she was already a great queen at that point. Even as she talked about what the last queen wanted, she still chose to be her successor. She spoke of her ambitions greedily, selfishly, and without a hint of shame or concern as to what anyone else might think. That the Knockner I knew, the most hardworking fairy in all of Britain. Did you tell her for purpose, but are you sure it's okay to tell me that? I mean, you're talking about revolting against the queen, right? Oh, are you going to report me? Or could you even do that thing if you wanted? Especially when you're practically a radiant deaf to all the clan's energy yourself. Am I? You are. I know I'm something else, but you're pretty impressive in your own right. Know that. You see yourself as being part from every other fairy out there, right? Hell, everything about this is out of the ordinary. I'm not talking about the kind of lower class and upper class distinction that monks choose. And not in your case. It feels more like you're an entirely different kind of being altogether. Basically, you're looking down at every fairy in Britain. Are you nuts? I'm the one who looked down up 'em. That's it. That's the spirit. Being responsible is well and good, but pieces to you will die if you take it too far like I did. Huh? I'm saying you're dead in the inside, Knockner, even though you're all well and present? Oh wait, I get it. It's the other way around. You're present because you're dead, like a Darlington zombie incident. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, stop that! There's no need for violence! That was just an example, or rather, that happened a long time ago. I saw an apologizing to that ferry we were in the hall earlier. Was that your village leader or something? No, forget it. It doesn't matter. The point is, you kept apologizing, saying you were sorry you were weak and promising to try your best next time. Well, cut it out. At least when I'm within earshot. Hearing that crap really pisses me off. What's wrong with being weak? Who gets hurt if you can't do it? You're the only one who's going to be upset about being weak. And it's not just the other fairies who will be doing their best next time. Of course, it's natural to have regards over failure, mistakes overing and so on. But never apologize just for being weak. There's no greater waste of time. And just so you know, I'm not telling you this because I feel sorry for you. I'm mad because apologizing for your weakness doesn't help anyone, least all of yourself. What kind of power you should be holding your head high and fighting for what you yourself want. You're really fiery, deep down, right? Like a dragon pretending to be a house cat. So quit worrying about what everyone else is thinking of you and sink those fangs into your dreams. Because, believe me, there are plenty of people out there who don't have the power to even do that. Those words were that really astonished me. She was born into luxury, with an incredible power at her disposal, but despite that, or maybe because of it, she also understood exactly how much she and her fellow fairies were truly blessed. Easy for you to say when you're not the one who'll have to live with the consequences. Alright then, if you're going to lecture me about dreams, what about yours? You've probably already sunk your fangs into them, but still. My dream? You need to ask. It's romance. When I find someone who rocks me to my core, our romance is going to rock the whole kingdom to its foundation. Are you crazy? Besides, that's not a dream. That's reality. I mean, you must have had a lover for ages now, right? Well, that's just it. I don't. Hold it. You just laughed at me in your head, didn't you? Don't get me wrong. I'm not lacking opportunities. I could have everyone in Edinburgh if I wanted. Right. How could you not? When you're so pretty. But then, why aren't you dating anyone? I guess it's my way of setting myself apart from the last queen. You know how debriefing yourself is the thing you want most lights a figurative fire on your belly. Well, I'm going to use this as a fire to claim the throne and save my romance for after I'm the King of Britain. It was so ridiculous I couldn't help but laugh. She didn't even realize what she had her purpose on her dream completely mixed up. She didn't want to become king so she could then have a romance. She just wanted the romance and felt like she had to be a princess's wish out of the way by becoming a king. What's so funny? What's your dream then, huh? Is a romance better than mine? I guess mine's not too far off. I want to try walking around the city as an upper-class fairy. I want to be proud and stylish like you are. I can only imagine how great that must feel. I remember thinking I wouldn't mind having her for a rival. I'd had to go without a lot of things in my life, but at least in terms of someone to compete with, it looks like I got everything I could have asked for. You idiot. This isn't pride, this is fashion. I don't mind helping you with that side of things, but that's not what a real dream is. Anyway, first we need to see you can put down the burdens we're carrying the soonest. Should we see who gets there first? That night, I took in the same night as sky as my incredible friend, a fairy who spoke of her dreams with pride and nobility. I thought I had sealed that horrid memory away. Looks like you got a small concussion. Why are you all looking at me like that? Did I miss out something of fun? That's right. I remember now. I took a direct from the chocolate. How dare that thing revolt against its creator? Come on, everyone. Let's smash that finger and eat it up like the sweet treat it was supposed to be. I guess you really were just knocked out for a bit. Have pleasant dreams since it seems you were up all night. No, I didn't. And it wasn't all night either. I slept great, if you must know. Now, do you give in or what? Yes, I give in. You won the match fair and square. Lucky for you, the judge made her decision before all the spectators ran for their lives. As promised, I let the child of prophecy command my forces and I go along with whatever you tell me to. I look forward to seeing what you're capable of. Huh? Are you feeling okay, Noknaria? Did you eat something that didn't agree with you? I think we all came close to eating something we shouldn't have. Hey, Maxie. Do you ever think you might be giving Artoria too long a leash? At least stop feeding her pies after midnight, okay? She needs all the brain power she can get, and those things clearly aren't doing her any favors. Hey! What's wrong with our midnight snack? Artoria, I think Noknori was talking about your alliance. Alright. Still, are you sure you're about this? I mean, given what a horrible mess this turned out to be, it doesn't really feel like a one. Oh god. So you do see what a mess this was. I'm glad to know you still have some subsume of rational thought left in that thick skull. Anyway, while it's obvious I would have won a rematch, we don't have any more time to waste. Especially since the Queen probably known you were in Edinburgh since last night. And once she realized we are teaming up, she's going to assemble all her forces scattered in Camelot. So, we need to take her down before that happens. Are you ready to do this, Artoria? You need to hurry back to the south ring Oxford spell. Then bring the Round Table army and any other troops you can gather to my camp. In the meantime, I have my forces march to Camelot's main gate. But I thought you said you'd never join forces with the Round Table army. I just want to see them dying in front of me. I can't ensure their safety, since they can't join my clan. But I will admit that human knights, passive included, are a good match for the Queen's knights. My subjects certainly can't use most poison weapons. So I suppose I can make an exception, especially since I've been told humans are as fragile as I believed. Isn't that right, Maxie? Well, how nice to see you two became friends while I was up learning how to make chocolate. By the way, Noknariep, do you still remember that night in Gloucester? Of course I do. What, do you take me for a fool? At any rate, you have my word that from the Northern Fairies we'll fight besides the Child of Prophecy. Now get going. We don't have time to spare. Okay, that's fair. I was the one who rang Ogni's bell. Maxie, Mash Da Vinci? Murmaza, Habicat, Raidra, and Grimmer. Please, pack your bags as soon as you can. We need to hurry to Oxford. No, I'm going to stay put here. You'll need someone to coordinate communications between you and the North, right? Besides, it looks like these guys don't have mates of their own, so I'm gonna teach them some basics they'll need to know when they're going up against Morgan. You will? Well, as long as you can be useful, that's fine with me. Don't you worry, I'm going to inscribe runes on as many of your soldiers' sheets as I can. Morgan's spells pack a serious wallop, so we gotta make sure they can take at least one hit from them. Okay, I'll make you my official court mage and tactician then. That's great. Now I'm really starting to feel like a queen. Well, see you later, Arthur and Maxie. I would have liked to show you around Edinburgh, but you'll have to wait till another day. Next time we meet, it'll be on the battlefield. Let's make sure we've both dressed to kill. Liebe Leute, und damit ist das Schoko-Abenteuer nun hoffentlich vorbei, liebe Leute. Immerhin wurde Kahn ausgenockt, das ist wirklich der einzige Gewinn. Viel zu lange hat es gedauert, aber nun ist es an der Zeit, Leute. Die Truppen stehen bereit, nun heißt es, nach Oxford zu gehen. Und dann, liebe Leute, wissen wir, was kommt. Die große Schlacht um Camelot. Beim nächsten Mal geht es dann hoffentlich wieder ein bisschen spektakulär weiter. Bis dahin, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen.